For booking and reservation, please call 0127991018 or visit our website www.rwandair.com.
News from Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, moving Lagos forward.
Hello and good evening. Here is the news at 9. First, the highlights. Governor Sanwo-Olu performs groundbreaking ceremony for redevelopment of Igboshere High Court. Federal government stakeholders take steps to end farmers-herders conflicts. On a foreign team, Iran executes 23-year-old protester in public. And in sports, France vows not to underestimate Morocco in World Cup semi-final clash. Now the details. I am Akan Usen. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has performed the groundbreaking ceremony for the redevelopment of High Court Igboshere with an 18-month completion date for the Phase 1 of the project. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who acknowledged the resilient spirit of Lagosians, even in the midst of intimidation following the destruction of public facilities during the NSAS protests 2020, commended the judiciary for working collaboratively with the executive and for effective dispensation of justice.
We will ensure that within the time frame that we've given ourselves, that we complete this Phase 1 right on time so that we can bring back the Lady Justice, the Lion, and all of my judges that are waiting to go back into courtrooms that are befitting of the Lagos of our dream, that are befitting of a greater Lagos arising, that are befitting with the commercial economic nerve center of our country.
In a welcome address, the chairman, Board of Directors, Rebuild Lagos Trust Fund, Olayemi Kadoso, said among the 6 pioneer projects identified by the fund, the High Court Igboshere holds historical significance to the state and Nigeria, hence the dedication to its restoration and upgrade. Kadoso appealed to Lagos residents to join government in its efforts to rebuild Lagos by visiting the website www.rebuildlagos.org.ng.
In the first phase, we will rebuild the old court structure, upgrade it to a state-of-the-art facility, and restore the artifacts that are signatures of its history. The second phase of this project will be a multi-story and multi-purpose structure to resolve space constraints and will feature additional office spaces, courtrooms, parking spaces, as well as giving room to future expansion.
The project director and chief executive officer of Rebuild Lagos Trust Fund, Olujimi Hotonu, noted that the project, which is in 2 phases, will have the colonial building redeveloped into a 3-story structure with modern equipment, while in the second phase, a 12 multi-story and multi-purpose structure will be built with 3-story used as parking facilities, housing 38 courts and chambers.
We're going to have 38 courts, 38 chambers. And then again, the beauty of this project is that the challenges that they had in the old courts, like such as parking, there was acute parking challenge. So we addressed.
The Chief Judge of the State, Kazim Alugba, who went down memory lane to events prior to the attack, stated that the judiciary will come back stronger and better. Our correspondent Adiola Akindele recalls that the High Court premises, which once housed the Supreme Court of Nigeria before its relocation to Abuja, was torched when hoodlums invaded the premises during the NSAS protests in October 2020. And Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu immediately signed an executive order constituting the Rebuild Lagos Trust Fund. The event was attended by the Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat, Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Moyosore Onigbanjo, members of the State Executive Council, Chief Judge of the State Kazim Alugba, justices from the judiciary, and other stakeholders. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has officially launched the year 2022 Armed Forces Remembrance Emblem as part of activities commemorating the Armed Forces Remembrance Day on January 15, 2023. Speaking at the Lagos House Ikeja, Governor Sanwo-Olu acknowledged and commended the high level of professionalism displayed by the military, veterans and fallen heroes in keeping the country safe. As the Yuletide approaches, Governor Sanwo-Olu urged them to ensure a crime-free environment and also advised Lagosians to say something when they see something.
This is when security vigilance is most appropriate and is most important. So all of you that are in the security architecture, please let's ensure that we're able to provide a crime-free geotag season for our citizens and a season of merriment and appreciating God for coming to the end of another year.
The newly sworn-in chairman of the Nigerian Legion, Lagos State chapter, Hakeem Mulimo, commended Governor Sanwo-Olu for his relentless efforts in supporting the Legion and all security agencies in the state, pledging that the Legion will continue to complement existing security architecture to keep Lagos safe and secure.
I want to, on behalf of all members of Nigerian Legion and its auxiliary arms in Lagos State, profoundly express our unalloyed gratitude to Mr. Governor for his consistent immense contributions of various forms, including for third limited school, provision of 2 operational vehicles in 2019, provision of very monetary support to the activities of Legion in Lagos State, organization of impeccable electoral transition exercise.
In the high point of the event, Governor Sanwo-Olu was decorated with the insignia by the chairman, Nigerian Legion, Lagos State chapter, while in turn, the governor decorated his deputy, Obafemi Hamzat, and some service chiefs. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has appealed to Lagosians of voting age to pick up their permanent voter cards, PVCs, from the various independent National Electoral Commission INEC offices in their localities. He made the call when he stopped by at the INEC office in Surah area of Lagos Island to pick up his PVC alongside the Deputy Governor and some of his cabinet members. Governor Sanwo-Olu explained that he had redesignated his location and upgraded the PVC which he came to pick up.
This is when security vigilance is most appropriate and is most important. So all of you that are in the security architecture, please let's ensure that we're able to provide a crime-free geotag season for our citizens and a season of merriment and appreciating God for coming to the end of another year.
Governor Sanwo-Olu reminded the people that it is only when they collect their PVCs that they will be able to exercise their franchise next year. The Lagos State House of Assembly has passed into law the 2023 appropriation bill of 1,768,000,000 14,155,285 naira. The budget, christened Budget of Continuity, was passed into law at plenary today after the chairman, House Committee on Economic Planning and Budget, Wala Yushao, gave the details of the budget. The budget has a sum of 748,096,508,571 naira as recurrent and 1,19,917,646,713 naira as capital expenditure for the year ending 31st December 2023. Speaker of the House, Mudashiru Obasa, appreciated the Joint Committee and members of the House for making out time to work on the budget to ensure prompt passage into law. Obasa expressed hope that Lagosians will support the All Progressives Congress in the 2023 general elections.
Thank you for cutting your holiday short. I appreciate you for honoring the serving call to attend ordained interest of our people. Thank you very much. And I'm sure as we prepare for the next election, that our people in Lagos will continue and will remember the good job we will be doing and will continue to support by voting for us, right from presidency to National Assembly.
Recall that Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu had on October 27, 2022, presented the 2023 appropriation bill of 1.692 trillion naira to the House. The Lagos State Task Force has debunked the report of an online publication accusing the hierarchy of the agency of being involved in land-grabbing activities and violation of fundamental human rights of certain individuals involved in a land dispute. Chairman of the agency, Shola Jejelue, stated that the publication is completely untrue and inaccurate. Jejelue explained that the event, which the publication referred to, was one of the numerous operations where officials of the agency were present to forestall breakdown of law and order between the parties involved. He reiterated that the Lagos State Task Force is a reputable agency, saddled with numerous responsibilities, some of which are upholding the law, protection of lives and property, and supporting the eradication of the activities of land grabbers in the state. And now to the rest of the story. The Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Mohammed Abubakar, has called on stakeholders to partner with government to bring lasting solutions to farmers and herders' conflicts in the region. Abubakar made the call in Abuja at the Regional Summit on Human and Climate Security Challenges and Farm and Herder Conflict Resolution in the livestock sector. Abubakar said the summit is aimed at providing an opportunity for dialogue and discourse on the way forward for achieving peaceful coexistence between farmers and herders. He said the incessant conflicts between farmers and herders in the region was threatening food and national security in Nigeria, adding that the actors, farmers and herders, were the best tools to bring about a lasting solution to the conflicts. Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai has urged the 9th National Assembly to add value-added tax, VAT, on the exclusive list, making the federal government have legislative control over 7.5% consumption tax paid when goods are purchased and services are rendered. According to him, VAT is a major survival for Nigeria, especially now that the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, has not remitted a penny into the Federation account this year. El-Rufai also urged the National Assembly to make happen state and community policing to solve Nigeria's multifarious security challenges. The Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board, JAM, has commenced a training of all administrative staff of tertiary institutions across the country in the interactive e-brochure and e-syllabus system. The training, which held at the 6 geopolitical zones of the country, had most of the vice-chancellors, provosts, rectors, and other administrative staff at tertiary institutions in attendance. The examination body had recently announced full automation of its administration and other communication processes to all its stakeholders as a means of eliminating bureaucracy. The board molded the policy after reviewing bottlenecks associated with communicating or interfacing with various institutions regarding the admission processes. The new policy is expected to begin from January 2023. And now to foreign news. Iran says it has publicly hanged a 23-year-old in what is the second execution linked to the recent anti-government protests. The judiciary said Majid Reza Ranavad was hanged early on Monday in the city of Mashhad. Ranavad was hanged just 23 days after his arrest. Human rights groups have warned that protesters have been sentenced to death after sham trials with no due process. The women-led protests against Iran's clerical establishment were sparked by the death in custody of Masa Amini, a 22-year-old woman who was detained by morality police on September 13 for allegedly wearing her headscarf improperly. Now sports. France defender Raphael Varane has insisted that there will be no complacency from the World Cup holders when they take on surprise package Morocco in the semi-finals on Wednesday. Having edged out England in the last 8, the team has been adjudged to be strong favourites to return to the final, even though Morocco already eliminated Spain and Portugal in the knockout phase in Qatar. France reached the target set by the country's football federation of getting to the last 4, but Manchester United defender Varane said the team is hungry for a place in Sunday's final against Argentina or Croatia. And that's all for the news at 9. Remember, your vehicle is not a strong room. Keep your valuables out of view of miscreants. You can listen to Lagos Traffic Radio on our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. And follow us on our various social media platforms. On Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe to our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Also, you can now download our app, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, from Google Play Store and the Apple App Store for more traffic updates. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has performed a groundbreaking ceremony for the redevelopment of High Court Igboshire with an 18-month completion date for the phase 1 of the project. Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development Mohammed Abubakar has called on stakeholders to partner with government to bring lasting solutions to farmers and herders' conflicts in the region. We also told you that Iran says it has publicly hanged a 23-year-old in what is the second execution linked to the recent anti-government protests. And in sport, France defender Raphael Varane has insisted that there will be no complacency from the World Cup holders when they take on surprise package Morocco in the semi-finals on Wednesday. For contacts with the newsroom, please send a message to newsroom@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Abiola Fagbolagun. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe. Good evening.
Timeliness,